Peter Newman here. You know, the voice of Quicksilver of Silverhawks and Tiger of the Thundercats. Well, I've been given wings of silver, nerves of steel to announce some fantastic art at MBartist.com. Limited edition, individually numbered and signed by me. And you can pick it up right now at MBartist.com. It's MBartist.com. And if anybody asks, you haven't seen me.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah. He seemed like he was filming that under duress. Poor guy.
That's pretty much what happened.
Was it? Were you off camera with like a gun? Like I don't know, you're Canadian, so.
Or else.
Yeah.
Else.
Yeah, with a bottle of Molson or something. I don't know, like really.
Yeah. I tried to bribe him with some double doubles, but he wouldn't go for it, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, what day is it?
Is it not Wednesday part 2?
Wednesday, yes, it's Wednesday part dos.
Okay.
Wednesday part dos, por favor. Anyways, it's like we got new things happening. So I guess we should do. I got some explaining to do, huh? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Joe's gonna get situated here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBartist Alley Live. I am your host, Stephen Ohola, and of course, it looks like as always, Mustafa Musa is in the
can't shake me
spot.
Yeah.
No.
Move it to a different day. You still can't shake me.
Yeah, just like COVID, it won't go away. DC and Marvel anchor Mustafa, and look who it is, Mr. Joe. They call me Joe, a Joe for all occasions. Mr. Rubenstein, how are you doing today?
A cup of Joe.
A cup of Joe.
Let me see if this is better.
That's perfect.
Nothing changes with you.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah. Still better than Hebert.
Yep, that's true. Are we looking through a glass there, Joe? Or
I don't know.
The Barbara Walters lens. Oh, okay.
I was like, what is that? Some 1960s Star Trek soft focus?
I wanted to be shot through a piece of matzah, but I ran out. So.
There you go. Brandon Smith. Hi.
Why are we?
So on a Thursday, yes, Ariel, we are on a Thursday, or else I'm going to start calling it. Mustafa had a great idea. Wednesday part 2.
Oh yeah, Wednesday part 2. Yeah.
There's the W. There's the 2.
Yeah.
Wednesday part 2. So why have we shifted to Thursdays? Well, it can't get any worse.
Wow, that's how you start.
Hey, as a Canadian, we have to start with some self-deprecating. Here, I got to fix my camera too. Anyways, we've got some new things going on here at MBartist. So we are expanding what we do. So we wanted to do a whole day. And I don't know if Eric has it ready. Eric, throw it up if we have. There we go. Starting next week, here's going to be our new format. So we're going to have stuff going on all bleeping day, ladies and gentlemen. Starting next week, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check your local listings as it relates to you. I have no idea. I'm really bad with that. We're going to be starting our auctions off again. MBartist Auctions and Claims. We're going to be doing that between 1 and 2 o'clock. And then between 3 and 4:30, as we always be doing, we will do in our standard artist roundtable. And then we're going to try something different between 5 and 6 o'clock. We are going to do an MBartist Spotlight. And our first episode is going to spotlight Miss Francine Delgado. And if you're saying, what now? This is how we're going to go. We're going to watch her do a drawing, and we're going to auction off that drawing, among other things, and have a nice little one-on-one chat with an MBartist creator each week. Next week's going to be Francine. And then...
Will there be subtitles?
Potentially. I think I will be the subtitles. I'll hold up a piece of paper. And then finally, we got to fix that. You put up the old one. Eric, you put the old one up. Not Retro Addict. It's going to be the Lost Toy Boxes coming back 10 to 11 p.m. It's just going to be a scaled down version of me auctioning stuff off. So,
Will you be losing weight?
losing weight?
Scaled down.
Scaled down.
Oh, yes. Anyways, there you go. So, and we are going to be found on Past, Present, and Future Toys and Collectibles and the Toy Hive. So those are going to be where we're going to be found next week for all of these shows. Of course, on YouTube and Facebook with the MBartist.com pages as well. Whew. That was a lot to say, and I got a feeling I'm going to be exhausted as I do it, so I better step up the cardio. So there you go, guys. That's why we're moving to Thursdays. So also what we're going to do is with the conventions starting to kick up again, the conventions that we're going to be doing the MBartist experience at shows, I think our first one's going to be Toronto in late March. We will be doing spots at the shows. So it won't be the normal thing that we just showed. We'll do stuff at the shows during those time slots. So it won't just be that. So lots of stuff going on. Look at it. Already the comments are coming. And so as we do, let's throw up the featured art prints. And let's walk through them. Mr. Bob McLeod, we've got your Incredible Hulk Spidey Scramble. Mr. Hardin, we've got your Green Hornet. Francine, where are you? We've got your Sailor Moon. Jamie, where's Jamie? But we've got his Monstar, his villainous villains Monstar. We've got James C. Mulligan, who just bought a house in Florida. Congratulations. For his birthday. How's that for a birthday present? I'm going to buy me a house. I don't think I've ever thought that. But we got his Rocketeer. Mr. Rubenstein, you want to talk to us about this piece? Is that a no?
It's a painting of your childhood heroes from the 80s, and it's signed by the voiceover artist who does all of that great stuff, whose name is Peter Newman, and it's good.
What you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, is he spent all night preparing that speech.
I pared it down. You see, it could have been much longer. It
sounded better than rehearsal.
Yeah.
What did you?
That wasn't your Rodney Dangerfield impression, was it?
No. I give him respect before he ever did get no.
There we go. Next, we got John Hebert's Thor 126. Pablo's. Mustafa, where is Pablo's? I haven't heard from him lately.
Pablo, he's doing his
green card thing.
Oh my gosh, he was okay.
That's fine.
He's got a day job during the week that's kind of keeping him away from drawing much, but hopefully he'll be back at drawing full time again soon.
Cool. Well, anyways, regardless, we've got his Wonder Woman, and then don't we have? Isn't there a show about this coming up, Mustafa?
I believe there is, and maybe then it'll start picking up interest. So that'll be nice. I like it. It's Moon Knight. It's cool. I like Moon Knight. Hopefully everybody else does.
Yep. And then finally some Thundercat action. There's someone was saying to me, "Is this?" One of the resellers were you like taking this off of a Fabio post? I'm like, no, I did not take that off of Fabio.
Wow.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, those are our featured.
Did you say Fabio?
Fabio. Yeah, the romantic covers. I think it's because of the flowing.
Here's a sentence I doubt was ever uttered in the entire history of man before I said it. I had dinner with Fabio in the house that the Black Dahlia was murdered in.
Was it just the two of you?
No, there was four of us plus the death room they showed me, the secret wall that moved over, and there was the death room. And
Wow.
Fabio's everything you think he is and less. So
Wow.
I have no follow-up.
Yeah.
well,
Anyways,
I haven't had dinner with him since. That's all I gotta say. So.
okay, that speaks volumes.
Did you look at his flowing hair and was like, I must paint you?
No, my friend Steve Assell, who's a genius artist, he did a lot of those paintings in the 80s. And I asked Fabio if he owned one of those, and to my total and complete shock, he did not, which I would have thought he would have decorated around, in the living room, so over the mantle to begin with. But no, I guess he was past that time in his life. He was just pushing butter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hear Fabio, and I just think of that bird smashing him in the face.
Yeah. And more proof there is a God. Yeah.
So it was that fun. It was that fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that would not hold up in a court of law. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these are your featured art prints. We're saying, hey, Stephen, how can I get one of these fine art prints? It's quite easy. One of you is going to be walking away with one of these today. We don't know how, we don't know when, but Lovejeet's going to walk in. So keep commenting, keep sharing, keep doing whatever. Get up and do a jig. I don't know, but if Lovejeet picks you, she's going to be bringing me a name at the top of the hour, and we will have a winner. Just like someone who just joined us. Number 2. You're a winner, Fran. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, that's what I just heard. You just called me a winner.
You're a winner.
Come on, Steven.
You're a winner. You're always a winner. Every day you should be told that you're a winner. There you go.
That's because, in contrast to hanging out with these losers. So that's.
Hello, Joe. I've been missing you all, folks.
Thank you. I have pinups of you all over the house, so I didn't miss you as much. So.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt that at all. You think he's deadpanning, but he's not.
Look, right up there. There's 3 of you right there.
It's Franomania. All right, throw up those featured art prints. I wasn't done yet, Eric. Number 2, just say claim Hulk, and love you to help you out. And or finally, go to MBartist.com, whether you want fine art, platinum, or canvas. You can load up one of these babies and get free shipping. And you know what? I'll tell you what, just because this is our first Thursday, here's what I'm going to do. If you go onto MBartist.com, if you see any print, we'll do it for the platinums or fine arts. If you see any platinum or fine art on MBartist.com that you want, free shipping in North America. So all of Fran's friends, the answer is no, where you're not shipping free to Costa Rica.
I'm not just to Costa Rica. What happened with my European friends? They were also asking.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden we had like 2 or 3. I'm like, Stephen, are you aware that these people are on the other side of the world? No.
I just said, you have to ask them. They said free shipping. I don't know that free shipping is limited to North America. So it's good that we have the disclosure now. It's
Yeah,
good.
it is now. It is now. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to do as the first Thursday. If you go to MBartist.com, any fine art and platinum that we have on MBartist.com, if you drop it here and say claim silver.
Okay, Steven. Sorry. I have to make more clear this. Are you saying it's all North America or States and Canada? Because I have a bunch of Mexican friends that also want to ask. That's North America, baby.
That's Middle America.
Is that
No.
Oh no! Don't get started there, Joe.
I'm from Central America, Joe.
Okay,
I'm from Central America, and Mexico is from North America.
All right.
No.
Well,
it's kind of serious, the question.
okay, I'm reading the scroll down here, and it says Canada and USA only. So I think it got clarified for me. All right,
Exactly.
Canada and US of A.
Thank you. I just want to make things more clear.
Francine, do you do any of the songs from West Side Story?
I don't.
All right.
All right. Anyways, those are the 3
Do
ways.
you, Joe?
Sure, only in America.
Oh. There we go. All right.
All right, let's get
You have
those
to
down
pay
here.
for more.
So guys, if you want to just drop it, we got to know who it is. So you got to clarify. So as Mr. Coker has just joined us, if you want his latest villainous villains, just go Hordak. Coker Hordak, claim art print. Love G to help you, and we'll do free shipping.
Wasn't that a
Please
villain on Star
call it
Trek?
like that. Call it Cocker Hordak. Sounds so cool.
Wasn't Hordak a villain on Star Trek?
I don't think so. No, it's
Oh,
a
that
villain.
must have been the Horda. Sorry, never
The Horda? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
okay.
I have no idea. Someone said PM. I haven't looked at my PMs yet. It's been a little bit of a day. I will get to you, I promise, guys. But yeah, so there you go. Yes, Brendan, decent crowd today. So let's go. All right, I have to talk about this. So yesterday, I watched the latest episode of Boba Fett drop. Please tell me somebody watched it.
I
didn't.
I have not seen it.
I have not.
Nope.
So you
Okay,
have to
all right.
stop
Then I'm
now.
just gonna direct this. I'm gonna just direct this to Jamie.
Steven?
Jamie, oh my God, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna go
Yes.
downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs.
I heard it was oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Apparently the episode of Boba Fett
But
was
now our
great.
expectations won't live up to what really happened because you sold
Oh,
it. So
I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, but it's like,
however,
oh my God, oh my God.
I think the showrunners listened to Mustafa. The less they made it about Boba Fett, the better the show got.
Oh no, I heard he wasn't in it.
I was talking to them. They live in Austin, so I was talking to them about it.
Also, they were serving hummus on set.
No, yes. Don't worry, we won't spoil anything. But oh my God, I was just. Do you know that meme where it's like they take that clip from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Leo's going.
Yeah.
That was me for every 5 minutes, every 30 seconds.
That was me in last week's episode. I was like, "Oh, BD1." I don't know if
Brendan-
you played the video game, but the video
Oh,
game.
it's even
that came out-
worse, man.
All in
It's
order.
even worse.
Yeah.
Brendan
Oh, man.
is spoiling it on the messages. I just read on Brendan message. He's spoiling.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna go downstairs.
All I know, it's a good episode because usually the internet's pretty good about it. But after, as of yesterday, people were dropping it left, right, and center. That's how joygasmic that episode was. Tell me, Jamie, am I not right?
All I can say is that when a certain person who shall remain nameless appeared on screen, I was like, you know that meme with Chris Pratt where he's like,
Yeah.
I was just like that. I was speechless. And
I
Well,
have
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so I definitely don't know what you're talking about. But I keep saying that if they keep putting on the screens cooler characters than Boba Fett, what is this show with Boba Fett? He's like the main character, but he's not. They just putting more cool characters than him all the time, so everybody's overshadowing him. It's like,
Well, I think they realized pretty early on that he can't carry a show because he's a sidekick. He's a side character. If they focus on him, then he has to start talking, and nobody wants that.
yeah.
Why don't we all
Right.
sign off and go watch it and then come back and talk about it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, you three go watch it. Jamie and I will. But it had the meeting you've always wanted of two characters.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Don't
They brought a character
Good,
from the
okay.
Clone Wars you've always
Steven,
wanted. It was
Steven,
Steven.
All right. Kirk and Spock showed up. All right, are we done? All right, cool. And Doctor Who.
All right, I'll stop talking about it.
Captain Kirk?
I love it. I never see Joe so passionate about making this shit up, Steven.
Well, all I know is I've always wanted a Star Trek Star Wars crossover. I just never knew they would be able to pull it off.
Pull this off.
And just like at Joe's apartment, there was pictures of Fran all over the
All
place.
over the place. There they
all
are.
over the place.
Fran is Mona Lisa. Fran is leading the people of liberty in France. Fran is George Washington. It's great.
Well, you know all the rumors that they're doing with Doctor Strange with all these potential cameos happening. I think Favreau just said, "Hold my beer. We're gonna do it in this one episode of Boba Fett."
Yeah.
Enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we
All
just
right,
talk
I'm
about
leaving
something
now.
else that
All
is
right.
not Boba Fett.
If you're-
Joe is gonna
Why
leave.
would the first
If you're
four
not
episodes
stopping,
be
I'm
so
leaving.
boring?
All right.
Can we just talk about why the first four episodes would be so boring and so poorly told and poorly laid out?
I
Can
think
we
it
talk
was
about
a
that at
tease.
least?
I think it was a tease.
No, that's dumb.
No.
20 minutes. No, seriously. Don't waste our time. That's 2 hours of our time. I mean, I don't know.
You know-
my time's precious. So,
You
I
know
don't
the critic, Roger Ebert?
Yeah.
Roger Ebert always knew how to make a movie better. Like, this is an okay movie, but why couldn't have we made it more about a palm tree?
Right.
So all I got to say is, after that, Roger Ebert wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Yep.
So shut up.
Yep, that's right.
Oh God.
Yeah, Luke just says it will blow your mind. Absolutely. All right, I'll get off the topic.
Love this.
Okay, just to get off the topic, but not completely off the topic, I was finishing a commission. Look at this guy. He's Star Wars related, but he's not Boba Fett. He's a green character, though.
It's
It's a green character?
It's a scroll.
it's a
It's a girl from the it's a Jedi, Luminara something is her name.
Is that her name, Luminara something?
Something like that.
That would be awesome. I think that's what it should be called. That piece is Luminara something.
Luminara something.
Yeah.
Fran, can you cook?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay.
Can you cook, Joe?
But
I'm cooking with gas, actually.
Do you cook a mean brisket?
If it's mean, I'm slapping it around before I cook it, just to tenderize it.
Okay.
I mean, that note, are you guys a good cooks or not?
No, we suck.
So
No,
my wife-
Jamie, I love how Jamie is not answering with words. He's just like,
Nope. He doesn't even
Okay.
need to. He just shakes his head. I can man a barbecue pretty good.
I'm good at ordering
barbecue, Steven? Barbecue?
You barbecue men?
I barbecue, man. Yep. Joe, don't come near me in a barbecue. I'll just throw you up there and season you medium rare.
Mustafa, what about you?
I'm good at ordering. I'm good at
You're good at ordering?
menu, and I can order some really good food.
What's the name of those creatures at the end of Hitchhiker's Guide that want to get eaten at the end?
Oh, I can't remember. I was too drunk on.
Right. Please, sir, eat my hind end. It's very tasty.
Yeah. That was the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Right, but can't remember. Right.
I love that. Those books were awesome.
Yeah,
Nobody
thank
else.
you in the comments. The name of the character is Luminara Unduli. It just appeared in the comments. Thank you, guys.
It's
Okay.
Lumina and
Yeah.
In any live action movie?
No. Well, no. She was. I think she was in one of the movies, but she didn't have any speaking parts in the live action movies.
They
but
expanded
she
her
was
in the
speak-
comics?
Yeah, in the cartoons. Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
the
cartoons,
cartoons.
she's
Okay.
more of a
Yeah,
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
She have a bigger part in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, her Padawan, her student is a really big part of what happens to Ahsoka.
Yeah. It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad student. Those students that go the dark side.
Steve, you can cook a mean Luminara Unduli, I've heard.
What?
I don't know what if it's meat. Yes. If it's meat, yes. That and I do breakfast for the kids. So I do
Oh
pretty
my
good.
god!
Is it just
Look
poutine?
at that. It really saying she just finished cooking soup at Toscana. It sounds like
All right, Ariel, we would like 5 orders to go, please.
yes, please.
We'll send you. You're gonna have a long drive for a couple of them. Yeah. So, anyways, I thought that was awesome. I'll talk about it no more. Anyways, moving on. Here's another thing I've been working on. So I've been building artist pages on MBartist.com. So everybody here has their own page now. We've been fleshing it out. So Vimo me. All right, there you go, Ariel. We will Vimo you. Anna Marie's making sloppy joes if anybody wants any.
I like Sloppy Joe.
Oh, Sloppy Joe's.
Sloppy Joe Rubenstein's.
That's redundant.
That's what I call Joe's tablecloth when I pick it up after a con.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Sloppy Joe.
that's called anointed.
No joke on that.
Anointed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm born in this country. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you
A lot of
born-
anointed tablecloths across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
gonna be worth something someday when I'm dead. Watch.
I think it's more important to the therapist. I've been sending them to a therapist to try to define your Rorschach tests.
Rorschach didn't get the credit he deserved. Okay.
No. I've been building artist pages and inserting some of the interviews you guys have done in the past. And Joe did a pretty cool interview, and I thought it would be a pretty good topic of conversation. Joe was talking about first breaks.
Luckily, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Actually, let's talk about that. So, Joe, you made a comment about how you had, I think it was Giordano, would stop his busy schedule and help you out as a young lad, and that you don't think you would do that today.
I should have mentioned that I just had COVID, so you people should stay away from the monitor. Dick was a very, very nice guy, great guy, wonderful guy. He loved teaching, and I would just come up to him occasionally and say, "How do you do that anyway?" And he'd go, "Hey, let me show you." And I suppose if I had somebody annoying working at my studio too, I might do the same thing, but I'm less inclined to do it than Dick did. And consequently, most of his students became very fine inkers, with the exception of a guy I won't give initials of. So, but yeah, so Neil would never teach anybody anything. He was beyond it. He couldn't care less. He would just find ways to belittle you, and then Dick would make you feel better afterwards.
There you go, yin and yang.
Yeah,
Neil with an EA or an I?
Yin and shit stain. But go ahead.
Tell us how you really feel, Jeff.
I hate his guts. Go ahead.
All right, great. So we're not going to talk about people we hate. We're going to talk about mentors.
When I have to leave.
I'm trying really hard to push this in a positive
conversation.
Okay. What do you want? Okay.
So we're going to go around the horn, and I'm going to start with Mr. Mustafa. As a fellow inker like Joe, do you have anybody that took the time when you were cutting your teeth that you have a story about, or you want to give props to?
So I thought we were going with about big breaks. So like I had some good stories for that. When it came to somebody teaching me, unfortunately, no, it was more self-taught. I remember reading Gary Martin's book to inking. That came out when I was in high school, and I just poured over like every page because you would see the same pencils and then different inkers. And I would see like, oh man, this guy is doing exactly how I would want to do it. And then this guy's not so good. He's just doing it, very pedestrian. And I got to kind of just, I don't know, go over like the tools you're supposed to use and the type of paper and ink and quality and all of that. But that wasn't a person. I mean, it was a person, but it wasn't in person. It was a book.
I was in that book. Is that a veiled shot at me?
I don't remember your page, but I can dig it out.
That's right. Maybe it'd be better today if you did, but go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mustafa, you're completely self-taught. You've never had any.
No, I didn't have like apprenticeships, things like that. If anything, Pablo, who we talked about, he would encourage me. Like we would encourage each other to get better at our craft because we met in 9th grade. And the stuff we did back then, it was, like it was whatever was popular at the time. So Jim Lee, Tom McFarlane. And then by the end of 9th grade, I think, we kept, inspiring each other to level up. And so like, some of that stuff that we did towards the end of 9th grade, I think was like, there were some really kind of crappy comics in the mid 90s, early 90s. I think we could have, that stuff could have been published back then.
Yeah, actually, there's a couple other questions out of there that springs up, but we'll circle back to it. Fran, how about you? Do you have anybody you want to give a shout out? Any stories about people that helped?
Before that, my question is, where is Pablo? Why is he not here?
Yeah, he's got a day job going on right now. Usually his day jobs would take him out of the state or far away. This one is like 5 minutes away, so he's like, okay, well, I'll do this. I'm not going to travel to Cleveland. I'm not going to travel to Pittsburgh, but I'll travel to down the street. So that's why he's doing that right now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I will say on the other end, as far as apprenticeships go, I have like when you see people that actually have talent, I do want to foster that and nurture that and give them little help and tips and advice. And it's the guys that it's a long ways away. Those are the guys where you're just like, you know what, keep trying. And then you don't really make the time for them. But the people that you see the talent, you will make the time for. And I think that's what happened with Joe. I think those happened, Dick saw like your talent level and was like, I want to foster this.
That's the working theory, Mustafa. All right, Frank, come on.
I know for me, I don't this is not exactly what you're asking, but when I was way younger, I was in a TV show where I was, they invite me, I was, I guess, in the TV show when they have a segment that I was drawing stuff and talking to people that make calls. And I used to work for a place that was like a drawing academy. So I went on TV like once a week for 20 minutes while I was drawing, I don't know, how to draw manga, how to draw eyes, or today we're gonna draw in hands and things like that. So it's not exactly an apprentice or something like that, but it was me drawing and people asking questions, and yeah, I teach some classes, but nothing like taking on an apprentice or nothing like that.
Fran is being modest. She worked under the name of Alanis Morissette. So.
No, that'd be more ironic. Thank you. Hey, I'm a father of 4. I'm allowed. Mr. Coker, how about you, sir?
Oh man. Well, my whole thing is like I've been doodling and stuff for like seemingly ever. I know that my mom would tell me like some of the things I'd do as a kid. Just I don't know. I had some kind of artistic leaning maybe, and I just had to get it out of me. But you know, stuff like trying to draw the Enterprise when I was like 5 years old or something like that. And, you know, my mom was so proud of it. She put it up on my wall in my bedroom, and that was cool. But what's really inspired me and everything is mostly, I would say I'm somewhat, I don't know, hard-headed maybe. That's why I've had to teach myself a lot of stuff. But at the same time, like I've picked up things from people just watching. And a lot of that is because I'm more of a visual learner because of I can only hear in one ear. So in school, I had a lot of difficulties like hearing people. So even being at the front of the room sometimes when people would talk to me, I couldn't understand what they were saying. So I tried to like watch. And so just even the kids that used to pay me their lunch money to draw something for them was helpful.
So when you stand over a guy who's bleeding after you punched him, you call that drawing money?
Well, you know, you do what you got to do. You know, sometimes.
Okay. What happened to your ear?
I got really sick when I was a kid, and it was just some kind of like a virus or something. It took the hearing in my one ear, and it nearly got my other ear. So I would have been deaf if they hadn't caught it.
Wow.
But yeah, I was lucky. And you know, I could complain, oh, I can only hear in one ear, but more so, I just think, you know, I'm lucky I can hear it all. But
Dick Giordano was losing his hearing his whole life.
Really?
He had like rheumatic fever as a kid or something, and he barely could hear, and then it got worse to the point where he was just absolutely deaf.
Oh my gosh, I feel for that guy.
But he drew nice.
Oh yeah, you'll get no argument from me there. But like to even the point, like, you know, when I was younger, I'd watch comic books and TV and things like that and look at stuff. But also, like, you know, even just like, you know, it's funny, you know, being in this group with Bob, because I remember G.I. Joe #1. I remember seeing the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, you know, all that stuff. The X-Men comics, all that stuff, you know. And it was so inspiring, and it just made me want to try and replicate a lot of the stuff that I saw. And like, you know, even getting tips from like, you know, Mustafa has said stuff to me, and Steven, you've said stuff to me. And it's like, those are things I keep in mind, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm a hard-headed person, but more so it's probably because I've retreated so far into myself because I've had a hard time connecting with people because of my hearing. But at the same time, when people say something to me, I do try to listen. It's just sometimes it's a little more difficult than others, you know. But yeah, inspiration's all around you, and you know, if you just pay attention, you know, you'll glean something out of it.
Well, I think that's what I like about the group of fine artists that we have together here. When we go to a show or something like that, we're always sharing ideas and showing each other stuff. So I think that's always a pretty cool thing, you know, just to have within this circle. Not to mention that When we go out for dinners, we have a good time. And who knows? Joe's birthday is right around the corner. So,
Oh my God.
And get another one.
Not really.
69 again, Joe.
Part two.
For me, though, like all through my career, I've always had people that I could give shouts out to. But mostly in the animation world, the coolest one I got was when I got a tutorial by Mr. Don Bluth. And I thought that was so cool. When Anastasia came out for Fox, Don Bluth came out with a couple of the lead animators to Sheridan College, and I got lucky enough for him to do a Anastasia drawing, and it was just so cool. You just soak it in, right? It's that demos. I always find that demos are the best route, especially when you're struggling. And one of the best things that I was always taught was that if you have a specific weakness, whether it be anatomy, perspective, color theory, is you focus on it, hyper focus on it, and break it down to its basics, and then focus on the basics. So, for example, I always have had a problem with hands. So it's like I would just do like skeletal structures of hands and rotating it around, and start by just getting other drawings from anatomy books and just redrawing it. And then I would build it up from bones to muscles, then throwing the skin on it, and then trying to do it myself without it. And so I've got like a sketchbook just full of
hands.
I like it when
I filled it out, but
I like it when the skin is nice and crispy.
Nice and crispy. Well, that's when I'm barbecuing, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. It's a harken back. Okay.
Yeah. I would have definitely liked to have somebody kind of take me under their wing. It was like right before the internet, so it was kind of hard to do that. Honestly, seeing original art was mind-blowing to me. Because seeing it in comic books is one thing, it's all shrunk down, but when you see the actual original art, I think that was like 10 lessons in one, just being able to pour over how the lines were made. You could see it,
Did you think the art would be on both sides of the sheet? Like you flip it over?
You know what? Probably, yeah. Right. And you talk about the hyper focus thing. I remember early on when I was like 17 or 18, I'd hear comment about line weights, like vary your line weights and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm never going to hear that criticism again. So like, it's something I hyper focused on that entire summer. I just worked on line weights. That's all I did. And, even like the first books I was working on, I was still like kind of learning on the job. And so I could never hear that criticism again.
So
not to me.
Not to segue
not from everybody but Joe.
So here's an inking question, and I guess this would be more directed to Mustafa and Joe, talking about line weights. So in animation, we don't do line weights whatsoever. The only time we would do
depending on the animation though.
No, it's hard. It's very hard to animate and do line weights.
Because like some would focus on that, right? Like Batman the Animated Series wouldn't, but X-Men would. As far as the cartoons go.
How about somebody like Bill Plimpton? Wouldn't he have more of a animated line to it? He wouldn't eke it out.
Yeah. Well, they would call it wire lines. I think it would be dependent on how much animation is in it, right? So if you're doing like Hanna-Barbera, where it's basically Flintstones, where it's just a 6 drawing cycle, you can get away with more line weight. But
even that Hanna-Barbera stuff is the big thick outlines than the thin like inner lines.
But if you the more drawings per second that you have to do, the more your lines have to stay consistent. Because I remember when I was doing when I was working at Disney, like they were huge on the line weights. And because even if it was just like you had just one drawing, it would just like strobe. Strobe it out.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, my question was in terms of line weights. When you do line weights for your drawings, Mustafa and Joe, do you put thought in terms of using the line weight for gravity, graphic design, or something else?
Or go first?
Sorry, could you ask that again?
So line weight. So when in school they always taught us that you would want thicker lines to the bottom to show weight, to show gravity, right? But
Towards
there's
the
also
bottom? You said towards the bottom? Thicker
the
lines
bottom.
towards the
So
bottom.
you'd use it to show gravity, right? So
Okay.
basically, if you're drawing a character, the jawline would be thicker than the sides and the top because you're showing the gravity where it's
I see.
down, right?
The way you said it, I thought it meant like the legs were really thick, bold lines, and the arms were really thin.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, that was my dating pool in high school.
Right. Right. No, the lines are for gravity, whatever the hell that is. They're for their light source, and they're also emphasis where you will go against the light source. Like for instance, if you're doing the Hulk and the light may be coming from the upper left, you're still going to give a thick line to his shoulders just to give the effect of it.
Yeah.
So it's and obviously it's like if the light is bouncing off of Luthor's head or something, you may lose your contour altogether, but then pick it up just at the cheek turn, just to contrast one from the other. But that's also depending upon the style, because these days line weight is considered like old fashioned, and they want more of a deadline, like pardon pun, like Craig Russell or Joe Prado or something, where the line weight basically doesn't turn. So that's considered a more contemporary look.
So yeah, the thing is, like, it's like any other art lesson. You learn all the lessons, and then you forget it and do your own. So like traditionally, like the things in the foreground are going to be thicker, thicker, bolder lines. The things in the background are going to be very wispy, very fine lines. But yeah, ultimately, like it's about how the light source is hitting, but there's like multiple light sources. It's not just one light source. It's not just the sun in the corner. There's like, it's bouncing and it's reflecting from everything. So really it's about the energy of the line. So you want to try to preserve the energy that was in the pencils. Hopefully there's energy in the pencils, and have an energy to the line and not just be like just some boring line. Now it can be a dead line, like he was saying, and it can still be energetic because you have other things going on around it. This is going to get like deep into the weeds as far as line weights, but ultimately it's one of those things where you just want it to work on a subconscious level, and it just like, oh, this looks good, this looks energetic, instead of, oh, this looks boring and static.
Fran, you're a designer in a different world. Joe and Mustafa are mostly comic book art, and Joe has a fine art degree that he dives into. What about from the animation world?
Well, as a designer, I mostly have to follow a style that already exists. But if I'm doing my own stuff, and I don't have to follow any specific style. When I have to follow a style, what I mean is like sometimes you're working in a show where the line way or the style that they have is like all around. They have a ticket outline, and all the inner elements on characters, for example, have a very fine line. It's like when you're inking everything inside the character with a 0.3, and everything is outside with a 0.8, something like that. But then I work on other shows that, as you were mentioning, if there's 2D, there are not line weight. Like everything is the same thing, and that just helps when in animation, 3D animation, to keep consistency. And when it's for a 3D show, basically, we just design. And when we are doing like renders, like trying to explain how it's going to be the final look, we get rid of the line at all, because we need to make it look more like a 3D model. So you just use your line at the beginning as a base, and when you're rendering, you just erase it at all, or get rid of it. And when I'm doing personal stuff, a lot of this gets stuck on it. So that's why I do a lot of drawings like that doesn't have line at all. And when I'm digging more and more into the comics is when I'm trying to applying more things that I learned on the way, like cross-hashing. That's something that for the longest time, I never used cross-hashing. And that now on the more new projects that I'm working on, I want to add a little bit more of that, because it just helped me to create more in a only black and white world. It helped me to create more depth, and yes, that's it.
just kind of.
Yep.
Jamie, let's go over to you because you've dived into a very detailed stylization, more like you use a lot of cross hatching now in your drawings. How do you tackle line in your drawings?
Oh man, it's crazy. Mostly I just go by feel. Like if it feels right, then I kind of just wing it. Just go with it. Whenever I'm drawing something, it's like, it's funny because Joe said something a while back that I even espoused at one of the Fan Expo shows. He was like, "Don't worry about style, worry about getting it right first."
Yeah.
And that was something that I thought was profound, and I've actually told other people that same thing. So thank you, Joe, for that. Sorry to steal your words, but hey, I love them. But when it comes to the stuff I draw, I basically just go for feel, and I just I'm just like, I just want to try and make this thing look as good as I can, as detailed as I can, and I do use references for like light sources and things like that. Not as often as I should, I know, but my wife would say that. But yeah, it's really just just trying to just keep going with it, because one thing you even said was when you go over the top, when it seems like it's too much, people seem to respond more to it, and so that's something I keep in mind. And I'm just like, you know what, let's just go whole hog on this thing, man. Spend some extra time on it, detail the crap out of it, and hopefully it'll pay off. And I'd say for the larger extent it has. I mean, I would say that if I looked at, like, my wife and I were talking, and when we were, I can't remember, but we were talking about some of the stuff we had done, like even 2 years ago, a year ago, that kind of thing. It's like, I told her, I'm like, man, some of the stuff I drew like a year ago, I think is absolute garbage now. I feel like I could do so much better now than I could.
Well, I don't think any of your stuff has been garbage, but what's nice is, not to say how old you are, but usually at this particular part in our lives, we don't try to improve. And that,
right,
like, seeing how you improve every year, every month, like the pieces you've been making are leaps and bounds better than when I first met you. And it's great to see every time.
But shouldn't that be just the evolution of an artist? You don't get into doing this without wanting to constantly go up, right?
So I think Joe can talk about it, but like, there's a lot of guys who they start coasting after they've had success, or after they've been doing it for however many years. They hit a certain age, and I mean, I know specific guys that we've talked about that they just kind of phone it in a little bit, and they're like, oh, it's their name that they're buying and not the actual artwork. Name
names, Mustafa. Come on.
Oh, that's Joe's territory. That's not my territory.
No, nobody's watching. Nobody watches. You can
yeah. It's not being recorded. It's not can find it.
Oh yeah, I bet you people out there will drop some names. Guys, if you have some names who you think is phoning it in.
Yeah. Well,
oh man.
I guess what's nice though is you do see guys maybe in their 50s, maybe in their 60s, they're still innovating and still creating and still trying to top what they've already done, which is a considerable amount. Those guys I can name, guys that are still doing amazing work.
Yeah.
One of them's right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. It's okay.
Yeah, he's not seeing it. We're pointing at him. We're pointing at you, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because 60 is so close to death, I'm glad you referenced it.
I mean, better for you to say it than me.
Oh, geez. I guess my whole thing is why not try to get better? Why not improve?
Except for somebody like Craig Russell, who comes to mind, very few people have a big change in their style from the beginning to the end. I mean, they may get better, but Bob McLeod's work 30 years ago looks like Bob McLeod's work, and I think mine does for the most part. But I had somebody told me that I had like these 6 guys who were imitating me in the industry, and I said, who? And then they listed them, and one of them really, really sucked. And I thought, that guy's trying to do me? But he's not doing it. He's not doing it well,
Is he still in the industry?
No. He's out doing tattoos on people's faces of snakes and things.
Oh my
Oh, that's even better.
But
Wow.
but I'm sure he's really big at the white supremacist rallies too. But anyway,
Oh.
so I think my stuff has changed. And look, unlike you creative types, inking is boring. It's the same fucking thing all the time. If you don't challenge yourself, if you don't look for something new to do, if you don't say, all right, I have to explore a different avenue of this stuff. Look, I reached my life goal when I was 17 years old. I wanted to become a comic book artist. So the first day somebody hired me, I was a comic book artist. Now what? What do I do the rest of my life? You know, and as artists, you always run into people who are better than you'll ever be. Why are you even bothering? You know, it's already been done. You know, but you do it because you're a drug addict and you have to. And
oh my God, just keep going. I'm like,
Right.
yes,
Right.
he's right.
And if you, and by the way, I have no pictures of the Enterprise in my bedroom, just you. So anyway, so it's like we have to do.
Oh my gosh.
Here's something that my teacher Nathan Folks. If you look up Nathan Folks, he's great at everything. He's an animation designer, background guy, portrait painter, the whole deal. He's fantastic. And he said, think about the best artist, your idol, the one that you know you'll never be anywhere near as good as. They had an idol that they were sure they'd never be as good as. And if they'd given up, you wouldn't have all that great work that you're admiring now. You know, so it's like, we just can't. If the only reason we want people to pay us is so we don't have to do Loba's day job. I mean, it's, you know, it's like we want to. I stopped being a drug mule just for that reason. Okay, so it's like we just want people to pay us so we can stay home and draw pictures and you know and all that other ancillary stuff, conventions and fan mail and you know trips to Dubai. It's like great, who knew? But when you first set down your crayons and your paper, you didn't know any of that was coming. You just wanted to make magic. It's like, oh, something came in front of me that wasn't there when I started. I'm so entertained. You know, I think that's where it all comes from, just entertaining yourself. And then, you know, people give you lunch money and people think you're swell and, ooh, he's a good drawer. And, oh, you're in the inker, so you do the colors. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Was that enough?
Yeah, I just noticed that I did a comment and I think I scared everybody off because everybody stopped commenting. Okay, so here's one. So you brought something of interest. So let's name some names of people who have artists who have changed their style the most dramatic. I'll go first. So John Romita Jr.
Right.
If you look at him when he started in the early days, there's a lot of his dad there. And it's almost like at some point he went, yeah, we're going to stop that now. And that's probably around what, the Kick-Ass era?
Right.
He kind of shifted and it's a lot more, I don't even know what it is, but I think Anatomy just got up and left.
I don't know. If you look at his Punisher work, his Iron Man work, I think it's fairly consistent, to be honest.
It's about design. John never wanted to be a draftsman like Adam Hughes. He always wanted to do interesting shapes, and he went from sort of being a cliche Romita Sr. imitator to being his own man. And you got to really admire him that he left that. Just like the Kubrick brothers. Sure, they're influenced by their father, but they became, and they got European sources and all that other stuff. They became their own artists. You know, and a lot of people, they find a style, like there's this one guy, I won't mention his name. He imitates Bernie Wrightson and not well, but that's all he does. He just imitates Bernie Wrightson. And I get it. Bernie was fantastic, but Bernie didn't imitate Bernie Wrightson. Bernie looked at a bunch of other people.
Mustafa, you got a name?
Somebody who's changed their style?
Yeah, I'll do another one. Because Joe, here's one I'd love to talk about. So Bill Sienkiewicz. Sienkiewicz. If you look at his Moon Knight #1 versus his run on New Mutants, it's night.
Oh yeah.
Or his Elektra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, or anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bill talks about that. He figured that to get employment, he would draw like Neil Adams, which he was capable of doing. So you got to give him a ton of credit. but he was drawn to everybody else outside of comic books, all the illustrators and Sergio Toppi. But the interesting thing is, Neil brought illustration techniques to comic books that had never been done before, and Bill brought illustration techniques to comic books that had never been done before. Just 40 years later, so it was a different set of illustrators.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've talked about Barry Windsor Smith. How when he started, he was kind of like a Jack Kirby clone, and then he turned into just this amazing illustrator. A guy we've talked about probably before is if we stop at the year 2000, it's okay. I think it's probably better. But Frank Miller. I just reread Sin City, and it's still some of his best work. The first graphic novel, like, it's so good, and it's so different from Daredevil and from Dark Knight Returns and from Ronin. All of those had their own style, and then reinventing himself even further. And now I don't know what he's doing now.
But if you notice, all the names that we brought up are, classic names that have been around for a while. Can you think of anybody that's a little bit more modern that's been able to evolve?
Travis Charest, that guy. If you look at his early stuff, it just looks like a Jim Lee clone. And then he just turned into this wildly influential artist in the late 90s. And I highly recommend anybody look him up right now if you don't know him. Travis Charest was just an amazing artist.
Well, even Jack Kirby evolved. I mean, or John Buscema. John Buscema
definitely,
was told to look at Kirby when he did the Fantastic Four, and it's Jack Kirby funneled through more realistic drawings, but it's definitely different than Conan. It's definitely and if you look at his classics illustrated stuff like Count of Monte Cristo and Spartacus, they're fantastic, they're gorgeous, but he became somebody else partially because he had to turn out like 5 pages a day. John was an unbelievable machine, and so you develop a more of a shorthand style.
Yeah. Rick Leonardi is a guy that I always liked, and he was very rough compared to what he turned into early on, but it's still really good, I think. And his stuff now is even more refined. Since then, it's been more refined.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, as I was watching these interviews, it was just like, hey, that's a good question to ask. Oh, by the way, Mustafa, do you remember you did a panel with Wizard World about inking? And
yes.
It was when you got the job with Superman, and you're like, I don't think I'm supposed to tell anybody, but I don't care. I'm doing Superman.
Yes, that's right.
Did anybody care?
Nope, nobody cared. Well, you saw that online, I guess, that interview, that panel.
Yeah, it's up on it's up on the page now.
Oh, is it? Oh, sweet. That's like an hour-long thing, man.
Who was your penciler?
It was Barry Kitson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've told the story, but yeah, we did a panel together at this kind of garbage show, and we'd never met, we'd never discussed it. He probably didn't know who I was, and he did this quick sketch, and he turned to me and he was like, "Oh, Mustafa, would you like to ink this?" And I said, "Sure." There's all these people watching. I had 7 minutes till the panel was over, so I did my best, and I inked the little Batman head sketch. And he's like, "Oh, that looks really good. I'm working on a Superman book. If you want to work on it with me," and I'm like, yes, sure. I thought he was just, idle threat. And then his assistant comes over and is like, "Oh, no, he was serious, and we're gonna have dinner and we're gonna talk about it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great."
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fran, how's Barbie coming along? Are you almost done that gig?
Yes or no, but I also want to share something because you were talking about some people and art and stuff that they do. So instead of only saying, I want to show you, but I can share my camera. Share. Okay, share screen. Okay, this one. This is an artist that I really, really like his work. So I have on one side, the one called Cyclops is his earliest job work. I think he did this like on early 80s or mid 80s. You can see it by the style that is like very airbrushy and looking like the comics on those types. And this is kind of the work that he is doing recently. And he's amazing. I love his work. He has been in the industry for so many years. And he's a proof of what we were talking. He's an artist that he has always been good, but he's always evolving. His name is Brian Stelfreeze. He is such a great artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like
this
this is his first professional work. This one, first professional work.
I had no idea. Yeah, I'm a huge
I really admire his work. So I was just like, when you were saying that, like, oh, I didn't remember the name of the comic, so I was googling like, what is the name of the first comic? And I just want to show like, look,
everybody stop what you're doing.
Stelfreeze is amazing.
Yeah, everybody stop what you're doing. Just look at Stelfreeze's covers, man. Just his artwork, his storytelling. It's so good.
Yeah, and his storytelling is one of my favorite things he does, and he's not just an amazing artist, but he's amazing at explaining how he's good at doing what he do.
And he can tell a story in a single image too. Like, he's fantastic.
Next time you see him, tell him he owes me a drawing.
I will. So I'm in Baltimore.
Okay, can I pick it for you and keep it because I want his drawing too?
Because I remember I met him I think San Diego Comic-Con or something like 20 years ago, and there was a long line of people showing him his artwork, and I was like, well, I guess I'll show my artwork to him too, just to get feedback. And he talked for 20 minutes to the guy right before me because he was just trying to help him out and do all this and do this. And he talked to me, and after like a minute, he's like, no, man, this is good, keep it up. I didn't have anything.
Where are my 20 minutes? Where are my 20 minutes?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to listen and listen to him talk for a while.
Someone's asking if we're going to be in Dallas. Aaron, yes, we will be in Dallas. An interesting story about him is that I was at a Toronto show, and I was just walking along, and I did a dead stop as he was doing a commission. He was doing a Christopher Reeve Superman, and he just did it so effortlessly, and it was so like you could just tell it was Christopher Reeve, and he had no reference, no nothing. Mm-hmm. He was just going at it, and I was like, how much? I want that. He's like, no, it's a commission. It's already. I'm like, it was just amazing. So that takes me to a very good question. Do you guys have?
I'll be the judge of that.
All right, you be the judge of that. Who have you seen at a show and you walk by and they're working? Okay, there's now that's an entrance. John Hamer. I'm stopping dead in my tracks because I gotta ask. What?
Thursday part 2. Wednesday part 2.
Are you sick again?
Sunshine?
I got to work this morning and had to go and move more of my mother-in-law's stuff and then just crashed. So I just woke up. I at least wanted to say hello and make an appearance.
And a great appearance.
John.
I'm exhausted. And plus, I hurt my back the other day. So this is...
Ladies and gentlemen, the role of Brian Wilson will be played by Mr. Jeff Ebert.
That's right. That's right. In my room.
Anybody know the song? Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson. Anyways, there we go. And we're glad you could join us, John. So, John, we were talking about people that inspired us and helped us along the way. And I know you've got a story or two. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to that helped you along the way?
Oh, Mike Zeck, no question. And my life drawing teacher from college who introduced me to him. They were just, wonderful to me. The contributions they made to me were pretty darn incredible. Marshall Rogers was very good to me. I wasn't as close to him as I was to Mike, but whenever I'd run into him, see him at shows or whatever, he always gave me advice also. Mike was just something else. My teacher took interest in me and said, what do you want to do? You don't seem too dialed into this. And I just basically said, I don't see myself getting to where I want to be, doing these basic classes. She said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, comics. And she had me show her my portfolio. She said, I'll show this to my friend at Marvel, and the rest is history.
Okay, and the other question we were tossing around is, give me an artist that has dramatically changed their style over time. We've been throwing out like John Romita Jr. We threw out Frank Miller. Bill Stankiewicz.
Bill, no question. He's one of the biggest ones. Klaus Janson, his inking style has changed dramatically. I think Joe will agree with that. I know Joe likes to look at everything he does because he's constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the stuff he did in the 70s when he was a rookie over Bob Brown and Gil Kane was amazing, but it's not the same as what he did in the 80s or what he does now. So I'll say Klaus.
Cool. And as it is, it's the top of the hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we do a refresh and we take a look at the featured art prints again. And hopefully we're going to have a winner today. Let's roll through them. We've got Bob the Clouds, the Incredible Hulk. Ooh, Love Cheat's coming in with a winner. So we've got a winner today. Let's roll through it. We've got Chad Hardin's Green Hornet.
Ooh, this is nice.
Ooh, Francine, you weren't here to tell us about this. Tell us about this piece.
This is Sailor Moon power. Basically, this is just that. People, if you like Sailor Moon, if you like powerful girls, this piece is for you. You, your friend, your kid, your girlfriend, if they are into this, I think they will really like this piece because it's like the main cast of Sailor Moon showing their powers. And yeah, it's like a lot of lady power going on here.
There you go. Let's move on to the next one. Mr. Coker, you missed this too. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
Okay, so if you grew up in the 80s, there were the primary cartoons for you. There was Masters of the Universe, there was G.I. Joe, there was even Rainbow Bright, all that other stuff. And then there's Thundercats, and then there was the second tier, and then there was the third tier of cartoons. Now, Silverhawks was not in that first tier. I would argue probably not in that second tier either. Third tier may be questionable at best. Yes. However, Silverhawks was kind of cool. It had the opening credits that were really awesome. Monstar was a villain who, would draw power from a planet, change into this big armored thing with spiky head. Pretty cool transformation thing. But Silverhawks was something that is near and dear to your heart. And I knew that drawing the Silverhawks was going to be something I would have to do eventually because you were going to force me to.
Oh,
so,
I feel your pain, Jamie.
So, I'm kidding.
Now let's do Mask. Is Mask second tier?
I love Mask.
Jamie, I know that soapbox you just stood on was for my benefit, and all I'm going to have to say is, if we're talking about tiers, let's count down from the top about the artist tiers here on the screen. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Mr. Mulligan, we have your Rocketeer.
Oh yeah, well that.
Speaking of Silverhawks.
Yeah.
Joe, we've got your Voices of Peter Newman. John, give us some love on this one.
Oh, Thor, that was fun. That was just basically an exercise, something I'd always wanted to do, and did it, and it came out great, I thought. Nothing wrong with a hero confrontation cover, especially when it's based on a Kirby.
What do we got Lobos as Wonder Woman. Mustafa, we talked about this earlier. We got some Moon Knight action.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Thundercats. Is that first tier or second tier there, Jamie?
What, Thundercats?
Yeah.
Or this drawing?
Oh!
Wow. All right.
Oh, holy shit.
Wow. Good night, Jamie.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, this is Mr. Coker's final appearance on the show. We will miss him dearly. All right.
Okay, whoa. Whoa.
Don't play a game you can't win, buddy.
People,
Don't
this is
play
what
a game
happened.
you can't win.
This is what happens when you stay for an hour in the show. Then start getting.
It gets real.
I'd take him on if he didn't cover the sun. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 ways to get these. We're going to announce the winner right here. Number 2, if there's any claims, just go claim Hulk. Claim Hulk. I'd love you to help you out, or go to MBartist.com, whether you want fine art, platinum, or canvas, and you'll get free shipping when you check out with the aptly titled keyword free shipping. All right. Our winner is Tony Coulter. Tony Coulter, I hope that's you. Tony Coulter, if you're here, DM us your address, but let's see what you've won.
Tony Coulter.
There we go. We took out the noise, so now I have to do it. Oh, there you go. You win John Hebert's Planet Comets Golden Age Tribute. Congratulations. Tony Coulter, DM me your information.
Yay.
Get that out to you. Congratulations. Look at that, John. You're a winner this week.
It was so easy, I didn't even have to get out of bed.
All right. So we're just going to ignore Jamie for the rest of the show.
Listen, this is not the way how you do it. The way how you do it is like you show you don't care, and you keep being very proud in the rest of the show.
All right. Brandon Smith says Cops is a 2nd-tier show.
I loved Cops. Cops and
pretty cool.
Mask. Those are 2nd-tier shows that I loved.
And Mask, wasn't there a Camaro on Mask?
I never watched that one, so yeah.
Flying Camaro.
Yeah.
All right, it's show and tell time. Joe, I know you look like you've been doodling quite a bit. What do you got to show us today?
Doodling?
Doodling,
you Canuck face. Doodling?
Oh, yeah. It rhymes with canoodling.
This is what I've done for the last hour and 11 minutes, I guess.
Drop the phone.
Oh.
I think.
Wait.
Secret
I mean,
Wars.
it's amazing, but he's doing another one.
Right.
You say that one was taken already.
Right.
You know what's the funny thing, Joe, is you've got 2 beautiful Secret Wars covers, and Fran hates the one.
I didn't want to do that one, and you said that one was already to cover. He has 2.
Yeah, you've got a good cover.
I'm a Paul, man.
You don't look anything like a Paul. All right, moving
Now,
along.
does the public know that we're going to be doing something with these Secret Wars drawings?
Oh yeah, it's coming, and we've got a show. We're gonna be launching it for Orlando MegaCon. We're gonna be launching our Secret Wars series. So, if you are new to us, each series we've been doing a Golden Age tribute, and this will be the first time we kind of step out of Golden Age, and we're going to do tribute to Marvel Secret Wars 1 through 12. Everybody around the horn here has a cover. Some even have 2. Some don't even like the one they did. Mustafa, what do you got for show and tell time?
You guys suck.
Well, there's this collector guy who makes these custom posters, and actually, I think Rubenstein did one. So he wanted me to do one of these. So yeah, that guy. So I'm doing a Rocket and Groot there. Also, we were talking about this guy. He's got a movie coming out, so working on a Doctor Strange.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool. John, do we want to ask if you have any drawings?
In his pants.
You know, yeah. Joke's on you,
boy.
Joe. I'm not wearing pants.
Oh,
Hey, I threw a shirt on. All right, I wanted to be somewhat.
I tell you, I get no respect.
I got no respect. No respect. Oh, I'll tell you. I bought a used car. I found my girlfriend's dress in the back. Yeah, I'll show you stuff next time. I'm exhausted. I don't feel like going downstairs. As soon as this is over, I'm going back to sleep.
All right, Jamie, I guess I have to ask you.
Oh, come on now. Don't be a sourpuss.
What
No, I'm just-
your drawings do you have to show us today?
Just one, just one.
One tier?
Anything else I'm working on, I can't show it, but I'm working on the next villain right now.
What do you work for the CIA? Every week you can't show something.
Oh, look at that.
Let me see.
Oh,
yeah.
Mr. Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba
Yeah, some
Fett.
aspects of it I haven't quite worked out yet, but they're in the blueprints one doesn't show up on camera, so yeah. So
Very cool. Very cool. See,
And just because Joe were showing his, I'm showing mine.
you're showing your secret. I have the colored version here.
No, because I don't know if I'm changing anything. So no more spoilers. But this is what I have been working on.
Here's what Fran's working on.
Ah,
As you can see, she has multiple line weights.
And colors.
and colors, because there are
And
things that I'm
colors.
changing.
This
Hey,
would be
have
considered a rough.
Have we seen any colors on either of the Secret Wars I did?
I have them right here.
That was
Really?
cool so far.
So he also did more than one. He said any of them. Come on, people! Seriously, share a little bit.
John got the two most complicated covers.
Yeah.
Of course
See
he
what
does.
Oh, here it is.
So
But he did two as well.
this one and this one.
The villains, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look at
you
that.
got my painting around while you're showing Secret Wars stuff.
Do I don't. You didn't send me number 2, did you?
I never sent you the painting. You just have a scan of it. All right.
Yeah, I just have a scan of that. The painting
All right.
I do have of yours is this one, and these will be available on MBartist.com soon, or the individual artist
Pull
website.
back a little. Yeah,
Yay, that is so nice.
that's sort of a variation on Wolverine miniseries all in one poster.
Yep, this will be coming out. And
Young, although your inking is spotless and beautiful, I gotta say that I always get more joy when I see your work when it's the color one. It's like, so good.
Thank you. Me too.
here we go. Here, I never show, and this is an old one that I'm finally got colored. That
Oh,
must-
hey, that one.
There you go.
Are the colors all finished?
Yeah,
Just
colors are
cute.
done. Now
Can you show
Mustafa inked this for me, and he did some improvements. He gave her clothes.
Well, yeah, there was it.
Steven.
Yeah.
But I have
Mustafa, like, okay.
The
yes,
angle
thank
of
you.
the chin, the lily pads. There's some things. Yeah.
look. I play. It's a strategically placed sword.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, yes, Steven.
What? Oh, and here, since we're doing show, here's my inks. Here's how bad my inks are. See, can you tell I'm an animator?
Yes, but
My
that's all right.
line weight is all the same.
That's right.
Hey, Jamie, I colored this. What tier is these people?
Oh, Thundercats?
Yeah.
That's definitely top tier.
Oh, thank God. I can publish it now. All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Well, here's one I did. I started this like literally 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to pick it up since. But here, I'll show it real
It's
quick.
because you have children.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is what I've been.
Man, you
Okay.
can see that
Oh
you
yeah.
still need to work a lot of the
There you
other
go. What
side.
tier is that, Jamie?
Let's see.
It's the tier that needs to be finished. That's the tier that it's
Oh
at.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
finish it.
if I didn't have to clean up after 10 other artists, I'd be
Right.
able to do that.
Oh my God. This is really getting spicy, guys. And
Oh,
don't fight in front of the public.
Here,
sounds like someone's ass is chapped.
here's the original for the Thor that's available if anybody wants it.
Oh, there it is.
So that's
Nice.
what that is.
Thank you.
Actually, here's a question to ask you. A lost art that what do you call it? Zip color?
Zipatone.
Zipatone.
Zipatone. Zipatone. Okay, does anybody use that anymore as a something in the toolbox? I think it
I
looks
still do
really
one for a
cool.
great while.
Huh?
Well, they have they have a computer program that does that now in Japanese comic books. The reason I use Zipatone a lot was to try and ensure that the colorist wouldn't fuck it up.
Right.
Because if somebody's face was in light, I had to get the shadow part. Sometimes I would do a gradation just to lead the eye up. separate planes. So it was your way of saying, if they totally get it wrong, at least I've established some planes, or like Thor's helmet, so that at least there was a shine around it. So it was just trying to make sure that the stuff looked okay before it got colored.
Yep. I remember when you guys did those $6 Million Man books, the black and white magazines. Man, went through a ton of zip on that, didn't you all?
I did.
Yeah.
I just think it's it's so cool. I think we should try to integrate it into some art in the future.
You know who did the best Zipatone job ever? Wally
that?
Wood did a black and white job about sort of a Conan character fighting all these dragons or wolves or something. It's just amazingly layered, and you can still see it. You know, it's like anything else. It's just a tool, and what vocabulary do you have to tell your story?
Absolutely. He was great with that too. Yeah. Terry used a lot of it too.
Yes.
Cool. All right, we got 10 minutes left. Anybody want to jive into something or no? All right. Mustafa,
There's Tears of cartoons.
you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do Tears of Cartoons. Something Jamie can appreciate.
Oh,
Let's get it.
guys.
Silverhawks is 5th tier.
I'm out of here.
Silverhawks is first tier. Mr.
Absolutely
Phil
not.
sticks
Nobody
with
will
it.
agree with you on that.
No,
The guys
what
that
about-
worked on it will not agree with you on that.
What about Tiger Sharks?
Yeah,
Tiger
exactly.
Shark.
Another 5th tier show.
No.
Yeah.
Tiger Sharks
Kinda
is
dramatic.
It's right. It's a little behind Snorks.
Oh,
Oh,
don't say
man.
that to my wife. Those are fight
Damn.
words, Mustafa.
Smurfs was maybe
Wow.
2nd tier. Snorks was like 4th tier, and then you got Silverhawks.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Oh,
right now. You
man.
say that around my wife, she'll snort you a new one.
That's because she likes Snorks.
Oh, she loves it.
Oh, I mean that's fine.
She married
There were
one.
so many good cartoons, it just didn't make the cut.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
She
Let's
loved
go.
it so much, she married one. Go ahead.
All right, Jamie. Voltron. What's your Voltron?
Yeah,
Oh,
Voltron.
man.
See, I didn't really like Voltron, but I like the robot part.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I can appreciate,
So it's kind of a tier and a half, something like
I mean, I'll,
Yeah.
I'll put it second tier. I don't know.
Yeah, tier and a half men. Yeah.
tier and a half.
Yeah.
Tier and a half.
oh. Year and a half.
All right. Okay. Here's something cool. All right. Let's. It's still in the cartoon genre. So
Okay.
Scott Cook, as you know, is a celebrity. Represents a bunch of celebrities. We have an opportunity this
do.
year to match up with a bunch of celebrities to get some autographs on some artwork. So I'll read out who we've got lined up for this year, and everybody here is going to have an option to do a piece for each one of these celebrities. All right, here's the first one. Oh, I don't even. So we have the gentleman who is the voice for Duke, G.I. Joe. What tier?
Oh, okay.
G.I. Joe tier 1?
Yeah, G.I. Joe's tier 1.
Obviously.
No, G.I. Joe is tier 2 because nobody can aim in that damn show.
They're all
On the outshot
stormtroopers.
lasers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's butt hurt. Sounds like somebody's butt hurt.
All right, we talked about Voltron already. So we have in the opening of Voltron, they talk about the 5, that opening.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
the gentleman who's the voice of Duke is also Voltron. So we're gonna have an opportunity to do some Voltron pieces and some Duke pieces.
Woo!
All right,
I like Voltron.
here's one I'm particularly excited about. Alan Oppenheim,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
original voice of Skeletor.
I think it's Oppenheim.
Is it
Oppenheim.
Oppenheim?
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Must be my Canadian accent. Alan Oppenheim is going to be doing signing with us, so
Right.
we have an opportunity to do some Skeletor love.
He did a movie in the 60s called Oi Oi 7.
wasn't he also one of the Rudy Wellses on the $6 Million Man way back when?
Could be. He was also on St. Elsewhere. I know him from a
Okay.
Pasadena Comic Con. We like to curse at each other.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
nice.
He's 93 years old. Jeez, get
Yeah,
the
got it.
signatures while you can.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to get a lot signed.
Yeah.
The voice of She-Ra. So we have we're going to be able to do some She-Ra love.
That's also Alan Oppenheim. He's that good.
Very versatile.
Well, he has a very wide range.
And
And secrets.
The voice of well, actually not the voice, the actor who played Shredder, and then the actor who played Super Shredder.
June Fabre.
Are they two different people?
Yeah, one his name's Francois, and then Kevin Nash, the wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Nash was Super Shredder?
Yeah.
Kevin Nash was Super Shredder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was,
Kevin
yeah.
Nash was also wasn't he also in that Punisher movie with Thomas
Yeah.
Jane?
Yeah, he was the
Yep,
Russian.
he was. Here's the
He's got all
Russian.
those characters on his backdrop.
Yeah.
so we've got those, and the gentleman who played Kino. I don't know that. Apparently, he was in Secret of the Ooze.
Kino?
No, Kino. I thought Kino was a game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good.
I thought Kano was in like Mortal Kombat or something like that.
Kano, right? Yeah.
Kano. My bad.
Yeah, that dude died though, so I don't know.
And then it's not signed yet, but we're gonna have another session with Larry Kenny, who is the voice of Lion-O, and Bluegrass Peter, who's the voice of Tigra and Quicksilver, and then the voice of Chitara, Lynn, and Copper Kid. There you go.
Cool.
Those are the celebrities that we're gonna have this year. Not to mention the epic boxes that we're gonna be diving into. Mr. Hebert,
Awesome.
Mr. Hebert, you're gonna have something to review hopefully tomorrow morning.
Oh,
So,
yeah?
Princess Bride Love. That's gonna go out in this month's epic box.
Very cool.
Very cool on that. So we'll show
Hopefully-
that as soon as we get it done.
Oh, I did
Hopefully-
a Princess Bride.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's the beginning of
Is
something that'll be going.
Is everybody going to do Princess Bride art?
So how it's going to work is each month we're going to get the theme of the next epic box, and then I will give Scott the list of the artists. He will pair the theme to the artist with a description of what he's looking for, and then I'll present it to you guys to accept or not.
I did this one for Francine as a warm up. Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, I said I know that one.
Very nice.
Francine, what you don't know is that's going to be Joe's cosplay the next time he sees you.
It is now. It
Nice.
is now from the waist down. Okay.
As he follows you around and says,
You wanna-
"You wish."
You want to know what I'm wearing from the waist down?
Right.
No, you already let us a peek of it, so no.
You're wearing my admiration, John.
Whatever
Well,
you are
and-
wearing, John,
and
it
well, I
obviously
should.
scares the router.
You're wearing my envy, John.
Well,
Oh
hey,
boy.
what can I say? The pride
I
of
like
wine
it.
skill.
Whatever you've done, John, I've never seen your router perform so well.
Well, that sounds like a personal issue, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, since we're talking about tears,
Oh boy.
Wow.
God.
You know,
And you know what?
Like,
As long as
just runs on and let
as
it
long-
go, let it go.
as long as we're doing humor, I might as well let you know I've been laying here the whole time and I haven't been alone. So there's my partner keeping the bed warm for me.
You're
Oh.
under arrest. Okay.
see, one person's kind of watching us.
What end is that? I
It's
can't
so
tell.
That's my puppy that I brought on the show a year ago, but she's not a puppy anymore. She's 90 pounds.
She's a
Wow.
Oh,
So since it looks like the dog took the wife's spot, where's she sleeping these days?
Well, we got a mat for her on the floor.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Man, you're gonna be in trouble for that one.
No, the dog's fault. She kind of pushes.
No.
He
Nobody
pushes
watches
her
this.
out of bed when the both of us are home. Jody gets pushed over to the side, but when it's just me, Roxy sleeps next to me. So
Oh man.
yeah,
we were all a lot more diplomatic on Wednesdays.
yeah, like, you know, this Thursday thing is gonna fly out.
That's because John's drunk.
We switched it over one day.
I
we
wish.
turned into Jerry Springer. See, look, Joe's already sick of us.
I need that note. I need to leave too.
You
Don't
need to leave,
leave.
Fran?
It's over.
Oh, that's okay. It's 4:30.
I know. So it's lovely seeing everybody.
All right,
Okay.
Fran.
She,
We'll
she
talk to
didn't
you.
mean you, John.
I know.
All right. So before we go, just one more time, we're gonna go around. So starting next week, we will be starting the. Throw it up again. There you go, Eric. Be on the ball. Starting next week, we will be doing the MBartist auction and claim sale between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll do our usual roundtable. I guess we should rename it the Salty Tiered Roundtable between 3 and 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to be doing our first episode of the MBartist Spotlight. Come watch between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as Francine Delgado. We're going to watch her do a little drawing, a little doodling. And then we're going to do a late night show between 10 and 11 p.m. We're going to break out some toys.
The late show. It's going to get a little blue.
It's going to get a little blue.
Oh, man.
Oops,
Nice.
So that's going to be where we're going from next week on. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you will join us. And we will be on YouTube. We will be on Facebook Live. We will also be on Past, Present, and Future Toys and Collectibles. And we will also be on the Toy Hive. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, until next week, Jamie, what do we encourage the good people to do?
Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can see everything we're up to.
Anytime now. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, from the Great White North and all points in between, I bid you a fond adieu.